All right, let's dive into something that, let's be honest, drives all of us a little crazy. The password. We're going to explore a future where you might never have to type one in again. Sound good? Let's get to it.
We've all been there, right? Staring at that login screen, drawing a complete blank. That forgot password button, it's pretty much a monument to a system that just feels broken. You create these super complex passwords you're told you need, and then, surprise, you can't remember them. There has to be a better way.
And that's really what this is all about. The issue isn't your memory, and it's not that you're doing something wrong. The problem is the password itself. We're using a solution that's decades old to solve a very modern problem, and you can really see the cracks starting to form.
I mean, think about the impossible bind we're in. We're told our passwords have to be long, complex, a mix of everything, but that makes them impossible to remember. Then we're told to use a unique one for every single site. Who can do that? It's this setup that makes passwords the #1 target for hackers and traps us in this endless cycle of forgetting, resetting, and feeling insecure.
So, what's the escape route?
Well, it's a huge idea with a pretty simple name: going credentialless. This is the big pivot. It's about leaving passwords behind for good and embracing something that's just built differently, something that's way more secure from the ground up. This is a massive shift in how we think about security. For as long as the internet's been around, we've relied on something you know, a secret word, your password. Credentialless authentication flips that completely. It's based on something you have, like your phone. It's really the difference between a secret knock and a physical key. You can guess a knock, but it's a whole lot harder to steal a physical key. Now, this isn't just some theory or a concept for the distant future. This is actually being built right now. So let's look at a real-world example that makes this whole idea concrete: a library called CapLib. So the creators of CapLib, they boil its whole purpose down to those 3 words: modern, secure, and easy to use. It's really designed from scratch to fix this broken system, not just for us, the users, but for the websites and apps we're trying to log into. So what does this better experience actually feel like? Well, instead of a password, you just use your phone. Right away, you've eliminated the entire risk of your password being stolen or you forgetting it. After one simple setup, it just works with the apps you already use. And maybe most importantly, it's built with encrypted storage so your identity and your data stay private. Okay, so we're saying it's simple, but how simple are we talking? Let's actually walk through what a login looks like now. You can forget about typing. Get ready to just point and scan. Seriously, the whole thing is incredibly quick. You go to a website, but instead of that familiar username and password form, you just see a QR code. You pull out your phone, open the Zero Wallet app, and scan it. Your phone then asks for a quick approval, maybe with your fingerprint or Face ID. You tap approve, and that's it. You're in. No typing, no memory games. Just scan, approve, and you're on your way. I mean, when you put them side by side like this, the difference is just night and day. The old way is all about typing, trying to remember impossible rules, and always feeling a little bit vulnerable. The CapLib way, it's a quick scan, it's secured by a blockchain, and it's just a single tap to approve. We're going from something that's a huge pain and not very secure to something that's effortless and incredibly secure. Okay, that's the big question, isn't it? I know what you're thinking. If it's that easy, how could it possibly be safer than my crazy 20-character password? And the answer is pretty cool. It's all about the technology that's humming away quietly in the background. The secret sauce here is the ZeroBrix Blockchain. And here's why that's such a game changer. With passwords, your secrets are all stored on some company's central server, which is like a giant flashing target for hackers. A blockchain, though, is decentralized. There is no single place to attack. So every time you log in, it becomes a secure, verifiable event on that network. So when you scan that QR code, you're not actually sending a password anywhere. What you're doing is authorizing a totally unique, one-time only transaction on the blockchain. And that transaction gets verified using a special digital token called ZeroCoin. You can think of it like a digital key that's created just for that single login and then immediately destroyed. It can never be used again, which makes it basically impossible to copy or intercept. So when you put all these pieces together, you start to see that we are on the edge of something really, really big. This is about so much more than just an easier way to log into your favorite shopping site. And this,
Right here is the key idea to take away. We're moving from a really fragile system that's based on secrets that you know to a robust, verifiable system based on a device that you own. That is a powerful change. It gives us, the users, way more control, more privacy, and more security online. This is how we can start to build a more trustworthy internet, one login at a time.
So you have to ask, with technology like CapLib making this kind of credentialless future not just possible, but easy and secure, are we finally watching the password start to fade away? Based on what we're seeing, the future looks really exciting. And it definitely looks password-free. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.